it was suspected that they actually hacked the Sony, and kind of what they did was that they got hold of almost all the system of the Sony team, and they were able to kind of expel massive chunk of emails, highly confidential data, the data of the upcoming movies and all, everything to their own servers. And what they also did was like they made it all public. So there were a lot of email chains going back and forth from leadership and all, which were like very highly confidential, which were kind of made in public, and which actually brought a very bad name to the Sony company. Okay, so let me quickly see what else I need to kind of discuss. Okay, so during that time there was a group called actually there's a group called uh, Guardian of Peace, Guardian of Peace, and what they did was that now let's kind of just quickly kind of go through that how this breach unfolded. So the attacker was actually able to kind of infiltrate the Sony Pictures network without actually being detected for months. Okay, they're not detected for months, and what they did was like they gained access to their let's say the internal servers. Okay, they gained access to their internal servers, and even which would kind of contain highly confidential data like emails, personal data, and even unreleased movies. Okay, so this all data were in the hands of the attacker. And to make the matter worse, what they did was like after gathering the mass amount of data, and the data was around, I will say, 100 terabytes. Okay, it's huge. Okay, that what the attacker did was like once they gathered data, the attacker actually unleashed a ransomware attack on the company machines. Okay, and once this was unleashed, all the data were kind of deleted from the company systems, and everyone were kind of shown this screen on their laptop or the desktop. So the company lost all the emails, the company lost all the unreleased movies data that they were about to release in the future. So everything was kind of encrypted. Okay, so just imagine like coming to the work and kind of seeing this kind of screen on the kind of desktop where you don't have access to any kind of data. So this would have a major impact on the business continuity, impact of the company. It would kind of have a major impact to the ongoing business. So incidents like this are not as rare actually as you think, although they are often kept under wraps. Okay. However, due to this nature of attack, it became widely known, and actually it received a massive kind of media attention. The attacker actually fulfilled their threat. What they also did was they also released the student data to the public, which actually exposed their private email conversation and put many people in kind of unfavorable light. Ultimately, this attack was kind of attributed to North Korea, and what the U.S. government did was like they actually kind of they put multiple sanctions on North Korea due to this hack. So it is actually important to understand that the magnitude of cyber threat and their potential consequences, what the kind of consequences they can have on kind of any organizer or any individual. And this kind of incidents actually serve as a reminder that was the importance of cybersecurity and the need for, what you say, the constant vigilance in protecting sensitive information of our company. Okay, so this all, guys, for the module 1. Let's not kind of invest more time. So now I understand like you guys would have more knowledge about what the SOC team is, and the thing is that why we are being attacked and what are the things that we can do to kind of protect our company or our client from the similar kind of attack, and how we can kind of now I understand like now you guys know what are the would have more clear idea like what are different teams in a SOC, why what is blue team, what is purple, what is red team, what are the specific roles, and how the SOC team look like from bird view, what are the four like how we analyze the risk, what are the metrics that we should kind of look forward to kind of implement in our SOC, like what are the metrics that we will kind of sharing with our leadership, what is the difference between tired and tireless SOC and whatnot. So that's all for the module 1. And now let's start with the module 2, which will be a quite a long discussion on. Let me just quickly go to that. 1, 2. Okay, so module 2, which will be actually a discussion on networking fundamentals. Okay, so I will quickly now quickly start with an introduction of the networking fundamentals. So this module will have, I will say, certain labs, some light labs, not like quite extensive, some light labs. And what we will do is like, this is how the course will look like, what is the agenda of the module 2. So what we will do is that we will first go through the network fundamentals. So the basic ones, the OSI layer, we'll go through that one by one. The OSI layer, the IP addresses, the MAC address and all. And then what's different in NOC and SOC, then the OSI model, TCP, UDP, we'll understand what. Then we will understand in detail what is DNS, okay? What are the different kind of attacks that can happen over DNS protocol? We will understand HTTP and HTTPS protocol. We will also kind of have some practical on, let's say, using Burp Suite software, where we'll kind of see how we can look at the traffic of HTTP and HTTPS. We will understand the ICMP protocol, the SMB protocol. In the ICMP protocol, we will have one lab where thing is that we will be developing our own ICMP packet. Okay, we will develop our own ICMP packet that we will spread out on the network, and we will also write a code such that we can extract those ICMP packet and kind of sniff those ICMP packet which we have wrote. Okay, so we will also do that. So one of the thing to make this course interesting in that, in the ICMP packet, what we will do is that we will write a code where we hide a message in the ICMP packet. In the hide a message, let's say hello Ram, for an example, we hide that message in the ICMP packet, and the other side of the receiver actually sniff those ICMP packet and kind of extract the message from there. So we'll try to kind of implement that from a coding perspective using Python programming language. And this will help us to kind of understand more about like how the ICMP headers look like, what are things that can be done by the attacker. And this will also help us to understand, like, using this protocol in a much deeper way, how the attacker could kind of avoid detection. So in a normal fashion, what would happen for a company is that ICMP packets are not monitored, for an example. Okay, no one monitors that ICMP packets in GTA. Like, they will just monitor that, okay, someone pinged this IP between this IP, but they would not monitor the packets going back and forth because it is use in place. So, but the attacker, what they can do is like they can use this ICMP packet for their benefit, since it is not detected at packet level, not analyzed packet level. What they can do is like they can exfil the data out just using the ICMP packet. They can just, let's say they have compromised my laptop and they are pinging their own C2 server, just doing a ping, and that ping, all the data of my system will be just transferred out. So we'll try to implement that from a coding perspective. That will give us an idea not just about ICMP packet, but it will also help us understand multiple kind of DNS attack. Like, there's one of the attack called DNS tunneling, where DNS packet is used to kind of exfil the data out. Okay, so we'll understand that indirectly by implementing the same stuff over the ICMP. Okay, so then we'll go through SMB protocol, SMB protocol of Windows. We'll understand, like, okay, what this protocol does, which is related to kind of file transfer and getting access to other remote systems, and how this can be kind of utilized by the threat actors. So we understand that in deeper detail. Now, going forward, when this is done, what other objective will be to kind of understand the email functionality, how the email thing work, and how we can kind of how we can analyze an email, and what are different other terminologies in email like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, how those things work, and we'll kind of understand that in much more detail with some examples of emails that we will kind of go through. Now, next, after this all things are done, what we will do is like we'll go through the network devices. Like, we'll have some more in-depth discussion on routers and securities. What is the router? How we can kind of make it secure? Switches and their security, VLANs, and then what's the difference between home firewall and a corporate-based next-gen firewall capability. So we'll understand that. And what's the difference between logical and physical network? We'll kind of understand that too. And then in the tools section, we will have some labs, let's say over Wireshark tools, or let's say Nmap tools and all. We'll kind of do some practicals, some light practicals, and also kind of understand how we can kind of capture the traffic, the packet data, and analyze them. We will also kind of go through different kind of network traffic capture format like net flow logs, how to kind of investigate net flow logs, what are the information that net flow logs has, how we can kind of collect data